Sir Roger Newdigate's Prize, more commonly the Newdigate Prize, is awarded to students of the University of Oxford for the best composition in English verse by an undergraduate who has been admitted to Oxford within the previous 4 years. It was founded in 1806 as a memorial to Sir Roger Newdigate. The winning poem is read at Encaenia. Instructions are published as follows. The length of the poem is not to exceed 300 lines. The meter is not restricted to heroic couplets, but dramatic form of composition is not allowed. The first winner was John Wilson. Notable winners have included Robert Stephen Hawker, John Ruskin, Matthew Arnold, Lawrence Binion, Oscar Wilde, John Buchan, John Addington Symonds, James Fenton and Alan Hollinghurst. The parallel award given by Cambridge University is the Chancellor's Gold Medal. Past titles and winners, where known, the title of the winning poem is given, followed by the name of the author, each year linked to its corresponding, in poetry, article. Notable 19th-century winners: 1827, Pompeii. Robert Stephen Hawker, 1829, Voyages of Discovery to the Polar Regions. Thomas Claughton, 1830, The African Dessart. George Cattleby Rickards, 1834, The Hospice of St. Bernard. Joseph Arnold, 1837, The Gypsies. Arthur Penrhyn Stanley, 1838, The Exile of St. Helena. Joseph Henry Dart, 1839, Salsette and Elephanta. John Ruskin, 1843, Cromwell. Matthew Arnold, 1844, Battle of the Nile. Joseph Lloyd Brereton, 1845, Petra. John William Burgund, 1852, The Feast of Belshazzar. Sir Edwin Arnold, 1853, The Ruins of Egyptian Thebes. Samuel Harvey Reynolds, 1860, The Escorial. John Addington Symonds, 1868, The Catacombs. John Alexander Stewart, 1875, David Livingstone. George Earl Buckle, 1877, John Bagley Brooks, 1878, Ravenna. Oscar Wilde, 1887, Sakyamuni, The Story of Buddha. Sidney A. Alexander, 1888, Gordon in Africa. Arthur Warr, 1898, The Pilgrim Fathers. John Buchan, 1890, Persephone. Lawrence Binion, 1900, Robespierre. Arthur Carey, 20th century, 1901, Galileo. William Garrett, 1902, Mayanus. Ernest Wodehouse, 1903, Not Awarded. 1904, Delphi. George Bell, 1905, Garibaldi. Arthur E. Reed, 1906, The Death of Shelley. Geoffrey Scott, 1907, Cammons. Robert Crutwell, 1908, Holyrood. Julian Huxley, 1909, Michelangelo. Frank Ashton Watkin, 1910, Atlantis. Charles Bewley, 1911, Achilles. Roger Heath, 1912, Richard I before Jerusalem. William Chase Green, 1913, Oxford. Maurice Roy Ridley, 1914, The Burial of Sophocles. Robert William Sterling, 1915, Not Awarded. 1916, Venice. Russell Green, 1917, Suspended due to war. 1918, Suspended due to war. 1919, France. P.H.B. Lyon, 1920, The Lake of Garda. George Johnston, 1921, Cervantes. James Lava, 1922, Mount Everest. James Reed, 1923, London. Christopher Scaife, 1924, Michelangelo. Franklin McDuffie, 1925, Byron. Edgar McInnes, 1926, Not Awarded. 1927, Julia, daughter of Claudius. Gertrude Trevelyan, 1928, The Mermaid Tavern. Angela Cave, 1929, The Sands of Egypt. Phyllis Hartnell, 1930, Daedalus. Josephine Fielding, 1931, Vanity Fair. Michael Bolquill, 1932, Sir Walter Scott. Richard Hennings, 1933, Ovid Among the Goths. Philip Harbord, 1934, Fire. Edward Lowbury, 1935, Canterbury. Alan Plowman, 1936, Rain. David Windsor, 1937, The Man in the Moon. Margaret Stanley Wrench, 1938, Milton Blind. Michael Thwaites, 1939, Dr. Newman Revisits Oxford. Kenneth Kitchen, 1940–1946, Suspended Due to War. 1947, Nemesis. Merton Atkins, 1948, Caesarean. Peter Way, 1949, The Black Death. Peter Weitzman, 1950, El Dorado. John Bailey, 1951, The Queen of Sheba. Michael Hornyansky, 1952, Exile. Donald Hall, 1953, Not Awarded. 1954, Not Awarded. 1955, Elegy for a Dead Clown. Stuart Evans, 1956, The Deserted Altar. David Posner, 1957, Leviathan. Robert Maxwell, 1958, The Earthly Paradise. John Stallworthy, 1959, Not Awarded. 1960, A Dialogue Between Caliban and Ariel. John Fuller, 1961, Not Awarded. 1962, May Morning. Stanley Johnson, 1963, Not Awarded. 1964, Disease. James Hamilton Patterson, 1965, A Fear. Peter J., 1966, Not Awarded. 1967, Not Awarded. 1968, The Opening of Japan. James Fenton, 1969, Not Awarded. 1970, Instructions to a Painter. Charles Radas, 1971, Not Awarded. 1972, The Ancestral Face. Neil Rhodes, 1973, The Wife's Tale. Christopher Mann, 1974, Death of a Poet. Alan Hollinghurst, 1975, The Tides. Andrew Motion, 1976, Hostages. David Windsor, 1977, The Fool. Michael King, 1978, Not Awarded. 1979, Not Awarded. 1980, Inflation. Simon Higginson, 1981, Not Awarded. 1982, Souvenirs. Gordon Wattles, 1983, Triumphs. Peter MacDonald, 1984, A Fear. James Leader, 1985, Magic. Robert Twigger, 1986, An Epithalamion. William Morris, 1987, Memoirs of Tychus. Bruce Gibson and Michael Suarez, 1988, Elegy. Mark Wormold, 1989, The House. Jane Griffiths, 1990, Mapping. Roderick Clayton, 1991, Not Awarded. 1992, Green Thought. Fiona Sampson, 1993, The Landing. Karen Rosler, 1994, Making Sense. James Marino, 1995, Judith with the Head of Holofernes. Anthony Dunn, 1996, Not Awarded. 1997, Not Awarded. 1998, Not Awarded. 1999, Not Awarded. 2000, A Book of Hours, 21st Century 2005, Lions. Irina Patrikova, 2006, Be Poems. Paul Thomas Abbott, 2007, Marian Jordan, 2008, Returning, 1945. Rachel Piercy, 2009, Allotments. Arabella Curry, 2010, The Mapmaker's Daughter. Lavinia Singer, 2011, Not Awarded. 2012, Not Awarded. 2013, Edgelands. Daisy Syme Taylor, 2014, The Centrifuge, Andrew Winowan. 2015, Not Awarded. 2016, Sinai, Mary Ann Clark.